3. 2, 1. Ooh.
Oh, is that your new one?
Yeah. I just got a brand new phone. I almost just threw it across the room. Holy shit, I don't have a case yet. I need to do that right after this fucking episode.
I thought you bought one.
I bought the wrong fucking one.
Size, yeah.
Apparently this is the 15 Pro. I thought it was the Pro Max. Apparently there's like a Pro and a Pro Max. I don't know. I got the wrong fucking phone case. And my life sucks because of it.
Life is so hard.
It's just
these sorts of details were not the details that we were supposed to be paying attention to in life. Life is torture.
Yeah.
It's all just stupid details. Bullshit.
I'm sick and tired of the fucking iPhone, tell you what.
Really? I like
No, it's great. I love an iPhone. I would never go Android.
Would you
I'm just sick and tired of the fucking I want like it's been this is not even a unique fucking thought, but it's been a while since we've had a real push forward with technology. Like the iPhone's been virtually the same since the 6.
Yeah. Now let me ask you something.
Yeah, I do believe so.
Would you
I do
rather
believe it.
You believe what?
What you're about to say?
Okay, well, it's a would you rather question. I'm
believe
glad
it.
that you believe it. Would you rather drive a car from Google, Apple, or Disney?
Like made by?
Yeah, if they made cars, because they're all monopolies and they're all going to make cars eventually, and we're all going to work for one company and it's going to be called Apple, Google, Disney, Google, Disney, Apple, and they're going to buy all the car companies.
I wouldn't drive a Disney car just because, like, I just wouldn't drive a Disney car.
Right.
Disney's one of those companies. Facebook, for example, Meta, right? They went away from just being like a social media company and they kind of like rebranded a little bit. And now they are more than that, you know? Disney seems like one of those companies that even if they became a car company, they would still, like, it would all be like princess themed or like The Incredibles themed. They would stick with it, you know?
Yeah.
So I
Like you wouldn't be able to get a car that wasn't made for children or Disney adults.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd be driving a car like they'd buy the Volkswagen.
Damn, you know
Beetle.
what I would drive though? What if they made a car that looked like Mr. Incredible's Incredibile?
Damn. That'd be crazy. You know, like they're gonna buy Volkswagen. Here, I actually know their plan. They're gonna buy Volkswagen, and then they're gonna convert the Volkswagen Beetle into a car that just looks like Stitch's head. And he's just going to drive around in Stitch's head. They're just going to put ears on the Beetle, and it'll look like Stitch.
I would go.
Or maybe they'll look like, the Beetle in cars.
Honestly, bro.
Is there a Beetle in cars? No, there's not.
I would drive an Apple car.
Apple car?
I would drive Apple.
Yeah.
Strictly because I don't have a Google Pixel.
So Apple Maps can have you do U-turns all the goddamn time in random places. Take you the wrong way.
I feel like I feel that Google cars would probably be so much better. I feel like they'd be faster. I feel like they would have more capabilities, more customizable.
Yeah.
Just like the Pixel. But that iPhone, I just want it simple. It'd be some piece of shit car that goes like max 60 miles an hour, but I would have fucking CarPlay, and I wouldn't have to think about anything. My Face ID would already be set up.
True.
I'd have to go Apple.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Our buddy Jake said, wouldn't it be hilarious if Apple just came out with like a fucking 6.1 liter V8 muscle car? It's like, here at Apple, we love gasoline.
Have you ever tried on the Vision Pros?
No, I haven't. Did you?
It's pretty cool.
Really?
Not gonna lie.
Interesting. Maybe I'll book an appointment to try them out.
I didn't book an appointment. They were just like at fucking Target.
Oh, Target. Gotcha. And maybe I'll book one of the demos at the Apple store.
It seems sick.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. You know what?
I'm a fan when they look like regular glasses. I think
that's
maybe it'd be
the
cool to
next
have
jump.
at home. It would be sick to just have it home.
That's
but
the next
for
jump.
$3,000, absolutely not.
No. I'm gonna wait a few years.
Yeah.
Because remember that iPhone 1, that shit was clunky.
Yeah.
Give it a minute. You know? But that's the next jump. We had the same. We've had the same iPhone since fucking iPhone 6, essentially, with just not even better cameras. I think the best camera was on the iPhone 7. I swear to God. But the augmented reality. AR,
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody knows that that's going to be the shit.
The AI.
That's been the shit that we've all wanted since Iron Man 1 came out and Tony Stark was like editing the suit on a fucking. You know what I mean?
I just downloaded a fucking AI scheduling app.
Is it good?
It's not bad. It's only $12 a year, so it's like one of the shitty ones.
Gotcha.
But like I just typed in like all the shit I want to get done, and it made me a schedule. And I see a lot of phone commercials now. I think talking about the Google Pixel, it's like built for, and then talks about Google's AI bot or tech or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
like built for AI. It's here, kids.
We're living in it.
Your sister was talking about.
Hey,
what
was she talking about?
Some CRM software that has an AI aspect to it. If you don't know what CRM software is, it's like it's a way to track where people are. From my understanding, it's a way to track where people are on a sales funnel. So like when people are trying to sell stuff to Karl, if Karl clicks on an Instagram ad, he has, he's no longer unaware of who they are, so he might get categorized in the CRM as someone who's interested in the product.
It's a way to organize human beings as data points.
Exactly. Anyway, she says it made her job like 10 times easier, and
oh, good.
And like it's like one of those things.
I just want to clarify. Lena works for a company that the whole purpose is to give people free education. So before you go and think that she's some evil tech person,
you think using AI makes you an evil tech person?
Well, I did just say we're categorize humans as data points, which is kind of dystopian sounding.
It's dystopian sounding, but everybody is a data point.
Yeah, but it's scary and I don't like it. I'm a human being and a data point.
You're just a number, Karl. We're all just numbers.
The way I got onto that question, do you have more to say about CRM?
No, it's like one time I worked for a CRM company.
Really? What?
Dude.
What do you mean?
In college, when I decided I wasn't going to be a music teacher, which is funny because now I am a music teacher, when I stopped going to be in education. That's what I went to school for. I went to school to be a music teacher, and then I got an education degree, and I went and switched to advertising because I didn't want to be wanted to switch to marketing and advertising because I didn't want to be a music teacher. And now I graduated with an advertising degree, and now I'm a music teacher / waiter. But anyway, I first started getting into marketing and stuff, so I emailed a bunch of people trying to get marketing jobs, and this fucking scumbag fucking dude. His whole marketing strategy was to buy, I don't know where he was buying them from, essentially the dark web. He's essentially, this fucking the bot calls you get and they try to sell you shit. That's what he was doing, but with the email version. He would just buy email lists of 100,000 emails and then email blast. And he's like, 100,000, 10,000, open them up. 1,000 of those might click on it. Whatever. Just complete fucking scumbag. And I oversold myself. I told him I was going to do a lot of stuff and I was going to do X, Y, and Z. And I just oversold myself. And he was paying me $300 or $500 a week.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah. And then one day he was just like, hey, what do you do all day? And I was like, And then he's like, yeah, I think we're going to have to not employ you anymore.
Well, hey.
That's really the only time I got fired, I think.
And it was a cordial parting of ways. The way we got onto that question that I asked you about the cars. So I was talking to some of our friends, and I was saying Disney is such a crazy company because Jake was having trouble logging in to do our fantasy football draft, and he was like, "It's asking me for my Disney account." And I was like,
Disney and ESPN.
Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, Disney owns them." And he goes, "Well, I don't have a Disney account." And I was like, "You probably do. It's just you didn't realize that was what you were making when you made it for fantasy last year. But whatever."
It is kind of weird, though.
It's fucking weird as shit. Let me tell you why it's even weirder, David Loving. Because it is now legal for you to bet on sports with real money directly through ESPN and ESPN's app. So essentially, good old Disney is now a fucking casino.
Wow. Walt must be stirring in his fucking grave.
Hey,
dude.
he's frozen. He's coming back, dude. They froze him.
Yeah, he must also be stirring because they're letting minorities in his fucking movies.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I mean,
Right, that he was like a piece of shit, right? He was like super
he
racist.
was super anti-Semitic.
Oh, that's
specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't like
And
the Jews.
guess what? Guess what? There's no Disney movies about.
Whoa. Still?
But Walt would be really
There's
popular.
not a single Hanukkah fucking movie yet?
No, Walt would be very popular these days.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Disney's a fucking casino now, legally. I mean, yeah, you got to go through jump through a couple hoops, but it's not that far. They own ESPN. You can bet with ESPN now. You're giving Disney money to gamble.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Sick. I love gambling. Yeah, it is wild.
You gonna place any bets this football season, David Loving?
I have to bet through somebody else in a different state, which if anybody's watching this, I'm not actually going to do. It's just for the bit, but I might.
You might think about it.
I might think about it.
You might think about
I want to really.
might-
I really want to go with everybody. So we have a fantasy football league, and we just did our draft this weekend at fucking Buffalo Wild Wings. Also, if you go to Buffalo Wild Wings and you have a fantasy draft, you can ask for a fantasy board, and they give it to you for free. And with it comes this fat ass fucking B-dubs ring, and it's got like weight and girth behind it.
it's like
kind of wild.
It's obviously not actually valuable because
it's
it's
made of,
free,
like,
but
fucking
you would think it'd
metal.
be made of like plastic, but it's made out of like a fucking feels like it's made out of like cast iron, and then it's like fake gold plating on it. It looks like a Super Bowl ring, but it says Buffalo Wild Wings on it. Fantasy 2024.
Anyway, I want to take one of the Sundays for everybody to go to Vegas.
Oh yeah,
Because
we have to.
in Vegas on football Sundays, everybody's wearing their fucking jerseys. If you've never been to Vegas, the sports rooms are so wild. You think like there's a lot of TVs at B-dubs. Like go to fucking Caesar's Palace, and they have legitimate like bleachers to watch these football games on big
giant
screens.
TVs.
Yeah.
That
And you're
sounds
running
fucking
up and you're placing
awesome.
fucking bets, and like there's little bets you can do like in game and stuff like that, and you're fucking. It's so sick.
It's like Wall Street, but for NFL season.
And for fucking not nerds.
Sounds awesome.
Wall Street's for nerds. Yeah. So I want to do that. And it'd be very fun. What else you got on that list there, Carl?
Let's do some music suggestions, shall we?
I got a music suggestion. I might have talked about this girl on the pod before, but I just rediscovered this fucking album. The album, is called Who Are You Now by Madison Cunningham. First song on the record is called Pin It Down. It's sick. It sounds like this.
Groovy.
Yeah. It's
A little less atonal hiatus coyote vibe.
yeah, it's actually exactly like that. That's exactly how I would describe it. Very groovy, very cool, great album, great record.
Nice. Fuck yeah. I don't know how I've missed suggesting this band because it's well within the same genre that I've been all about recently. It's like this fucking hard punk dance kind of shit. It's this band called Chalk. Do you know them?
Nope.
They're fucking sick. And it's kind of hard to keep track of their repertoire because all of their song names are one word and they're all kind of like the same vibe. I don't have a specific song or album to recommend.
Chalk?
Yeah.
They sound like this. Yeah, it's like right up Carl's fucking alley. Yeah.
They're like a little bit less like menacing model actress, I would say. And they're sick.
They're pretty
But,
small, 57,000 monthly listeners. That's a lot of people, but that's not that big.
Yeah, but like here's some of their song titles: Static, Asking, Claw, Bliss, Conditions. It's all very like one wordy, Them.
That's the name of the song, is Them?
Them.
Hey, speaking of fucking musicians, did you have anything else to say about them?
Kevlar. Anyway.
We had the Sungrove show. Sorry, I was getting a fucking wedgie. We had the Sungrove show this past Friday. It was fucking sick. It was my first acoustic show / stripped down show. It went well.
And it will not be the last, ladies and gentlemen.
Will not be the last. Definitely will not be the last. We're definitely going to continue to do that.
I apologize that David and I did not kiss on stage like I said we were going to. I had somebody ask me about that today. Just, so did you and David kiss? And I was like, oh, shit, no, I forgot.
Yeah. I felt weird. I was all like... So after shows, I'm always like, oh, I'm very weird about getting compliments after shows and stuff like that. I have a hard time taking compliments in general, and I never want to come off super. I never want to come off egotistical or anything like that. Where I'm like, yeah, give me more of that fucking attention, you know. So I feel like I'm always quick to try to play off compliments, like, oh yeah, hey, thanks, and Justine was saying that I sound like a dick and a douchebag when I do that.
Maybe, but I also think that sometimes it's like it seems like you don't agree and you think it went horribly. And that's where my brain would go in that instance. If I was one of the people like being like, dude, that was amazing. You're like, yeah, thanks, or whatever. Yeah. However you play it off. Probably would be like, oh, damn, he must think he fucked up really bad or something.
Taha says it's because I don't trust anybody, because I dismiss people's opinions. And he says I probably...
Taha is a registered psychologist, so...
Is he really?
No.
Oh.
Could be right, though.
I forgot what he did for a living. And so it was weird, because then somebody else asked me, like, at work, and I do believe that the show went really well, and... I was like distracted. So when they asked me, I was like, yeah, it went fucking amazing. And I was like, whoa, David, calm down.
They said that to you? They told you to
No, I was just like, wait a minute. That's not usually how I react.
I don't know. Why don't you focus more on like your own opinion, or not your own opinion, like how your experience went. Like if it was fun, tell people it was like a really good time.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I meant. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But okay, so like the whole, I try not to be like, yeah, oh yeah, thanks, like yeah, it was so sick, like tell me more about how awesome we are. But you know what was like warmed my fucking heart? Carl, and Justine, and a couple other people, we all went out to a different bar after the show, and we met Kid Bloom, who, if you don't, we probably talked about him on this podcast before. And we were like sitting at this bar, and I told Justine, I was like, oh my god, that's Kid Bloom behind you. She went up and talked to him and said, like, we're big fans, blah, blah, blah. And he was, like, so fucking nice about it.
Yeah.
And he came up to us like, oh, my God, like, really? Thank you guys, like, so much.
He was on a date. It was, like, 11:30 at night. He's on a date, getting ready to sit down for dinner. And he, like, was super stoked to, like, pause that and come talk to us.
He gave us a hug and was like, yo, thank you, man. Like, I appreciate it. And, yeah, and I was like, all right. I was like, I should probably react like that. Because that is how I feel. Anytime someone gives me a compliment, I am like, wow, that's wild. Like, I love, like, I do, it does make me feel good when people compliment me. I just never know how to react because I'm incapable of receiving love.
No, well, Butch, by the way, I played that in front of Taha and Justine and Ryan, and they cracked the fuck up. They're like,
oh, the voice memo?
Yeah, the voice note that you sent.
Yeah.
So Lennon, thank you. Made
Shout
our
out.
night. Well,
yeah, that guy was fucking.
Yeah, it was a great night all around.
So
but
nice.
It was really awesome to top it off meeting you. If you ever see this episode and you make it 19 minutes and 30 seconds in.
Man.
Anywho.
I've definitely seen him before around town too.
Where'd you say you saw him once?
Sugarfish. Or the Sugarfish.
Yeah, we're tracking you down.
Yeah, I've been watching you actually.
Where'd you say you lived again?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's check this list.
You have a list.
Yeah, I got a fucking list. You know what we never did on this episode, or not this episode in general? We never gave those icks. Remember that?
Shall we? I feel like I might have some written down on my phone.
So you guys know those videos, and it's always a dude interviewing usually women on the street or something like that. Like, what's an ick that you get for a guy? And they'll say stuff like, that's totally insane, like wearing a seatbelt, and the girls
like going and getting a shopping cart from the shopping cart lane.
Yeah, and it's funny, and then it always like cuts to like a dude like typing it into his notes, and the list is super long. You know what I'm talking about? And if you don't know what an ick is, it's just like when you see somebody and it's like, ugh. Like,
it's usually
for example,
a reference
Justine told me one the other day. She told me if I ever did it, she was gonna get the ick. And this is a good one. People jumping off diving boards feet first. Like you jump off the diving board and then just get your feet in, go in feet first.
Yeah.
Like you're like, ugh. God.
That's funny as fuck.
So I got a couple that I find funny, and now these could be for men or women, doesn't matter. My number one ick that I have written down is Chime or Venmo credit cards. If we're splitting a bill and you pull out a Venmo credit card, my respect for you goes into the fucking toilet. Like, it's not that hard to get a real credit card. We're all adults here. I'm pretty sure children have real credit cards. Yeah, Venmo credit cards, big ick for me. Let's see what else I got here.
I have one that I think is actually really good, and then I have some others that are mediocre. But this one's a good one. I hate when people say dogs literally love me. Or any animal for that matter. Like, oh my God, dogs love me so much. I hate that because most dogs, if they like people, love everyone.
Yeah.
So
it's really
I'm sure that dog has no special place in their heart for you, random stranger who's meeting them for the first or second time.
It's really egotistical.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, I'm like so in touch with nature. They can like sense how
much I am good
sick I am
to be around. Dogs love to be around me specifically.
I feel like people who only do that if they've like never really owned dogs.
I'm gonna start telling people like that's weird. Why do you think like is because you smell like a dog?
Yeah, they'll be like, I don't know. I don't know. They just do. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, another ick of mine: being mediocre at hacky sack. like
playing hacky sack in public, having the balls to do that, but then being bad at it.
No, not bad. If you're like really bad, it's like, okay, you're bad at hacky sack because most people are bad at hacky sack. Or if you're really good, you're like, whoa.
You have to be like phenomenal for it to not be embarrassing.
Being like just like kind of good at hacky sack, it's like, okay, you do this enough where you have a skill base for it, but you're not that good at it.
So you just like waste valuable time playing hacky sack, essentially, is what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
if you're mediocre at hacky sack, keep it in your fucking room. Any question? People who ask questions like, "Is water wet?" Like that kind of thing. Those like impossible questions, whatever.
This one is more just a general annoyance. I don't know, maybe it's an ick. Not having your shit ready, like specifically like if you're going to like a bar or a venue and like they're telling everybody like, okay, everybody have their IDs out, and then you get there and you're like not fucking ready with your ID or whatever the fuck. That shit pisses me off. But it's not so much an ick as much as it is like if I'm behind somebody that does that, I'm like, I could fucking kill you right now.
I have something similar on my list. My thing that annoys me or my ick or whatever is people who do literally anything other than being as efficient as possible when ordering a drink at a bar. If you're turning to talk to your friend because you think that the bartender is not trying to get you to just fucking be on your shit.
As somebody that works at a to-go window that does not serve alcohol, but is still a similar vibe, that shit drives me up a fucking wall for sure. Because people will like be on the phone and waiting in front of the menu, like behind like two people, and they'll be able to see the menu, and then they get to the thing, and then they go, "Oh, hold on, what do you want? I'm at a coffee shop. And I'm like, you've been standing in line for fucking 5 minutes, you dumb idiot.
Yeah.
Anywho, I have another one. People that drag their feet. That's annoying as fuck. Like, why are you clacking your heels on the ground? Like, lift.
Do I drag my feet? I feel like my parents used to tell me I drag my feet.
Maybe like when you like walk in, when you come to a stop, you might drag your last two steps.
Slowing down.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's all. But no. If you drag your feet, I would tell you.
Yeah. My last I have two more here.
I got another one.
You got another one?
Yeah, I got another. But say yours.
Indoor rock climbing, gross. And
indoor rock climbing.
I like rock climbing, but outside.
Gross.
Indoor is gross.
What about just like people that do the indoor ropeless stuff?
What, bouldering?
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Because there's so many bouldering spots that you can go. Unless you live in Kansas, then that's not gross. Because what are you going to climb corn? No. You're going to go to the gym.
Maybe a tree.
Dude, there's like not even trees in Kansas.
What do they breathe in Kansas?
Just
corn
grass air.
Grass air.
And then this is a niche one. Not standing for the Hallelujah chorus. And if you don't know what that is, you're gross to me.
Like, hallelujah.
No, gross. No, the hallelujah, hallelujah.
Oh,
you guys know you're supposed to stand for that? You guys know that?
I didn't know that. And the only time I've ever been in the presence of that song is when I was in the choir, which was standing singing it. So I didn't know that you're supposed to stand for that.
Yeah, come on. Get some culture, Carl. All right, what's your... go ahead.
Karaoke tryhards.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
There is nothing on this planet worse.
I'm going to put the fucking video of me watching that dude. Remember the video that Justine took of me? I was like, I didn't even know she was filming. The dude that was putting on the karaoke night went up with a friend to do a song, and then she pans to me, and I'm like so uncomfortable by it. We're sitting like front and center at this bar.
Was that Robinson's?
Yeah, it was at Robinson's.
There was the same guy. He put on the fucking karaoke night, and he was like beefing with a dude in the crowd, and he was singing "Your Sex Is on Fire," that song.
Okay,
but he was doing it like he was trying really hard, and he was like singing. I swear to God, this guy thought he was in fucking Pitch Perfect 2. Like he was singing as well as he could, like, to the best of his ability, right in this guy's face to try to like rub it in his face. It was fucking weird.
I think that might have been the exact moment that Justine took this video of me. It's hilarious. She like pans to me and I'm sipping my drink and I'm like, anywho. Yeah, karaoke tryhards. I don't like it. Like if you fucking go up there and you just start belting an Adele song and you fucking kill it and you're like putting on a performance like you wrote that song, I'm sorry, it just makes me uncomfortable.
I don't know.
If you're at a specific event, night, bar, whatever, that's known for everybody that goes up there to be like a fucking slammer, and it's like really good, and the point is for like real fucking singers do it all the time, that's great. But if you just like go up there after like 7 people in a row just are going up there and having fun and doing whatever, and like they kind of suck or whatever, then it's fine. But if not, whatever. Let's call it.
Yeah,
we'll be good.
Quick go to what's your go-to karaoke song?
Probably.
Well, you don't have one because you don't do karaoke.
I don't do karaoke.
My new one is since we saw that guy do it.
La Bamba.
La Bamba.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll do one someday. I don't know. Maybe I'll let you pick. What's mine? If you were going to pick a song for me.
If I was going to pick a song for you to do karaoke, Falling by Sungrove.
Oh my God.
I don't fucking know. All right, everybody. We will see you next week. Goodbye. See you next week. Goodbye.
Thanks.
Subscribe.